All right, hello Divine Feminine, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Let's get some lunar eclipse. Really, this is not a great angle here. Lunar eclipse really did a number on me. This is still not a great angle, but whatever. Let's see what we get here. Pagan rabbit. Alright. Honor. Electric eel. Fox. Very playful energy. 422427. My favorite card on the bottom. The chameleon. And we have a 14. Okay, I'm not going to use that back there. We're going to stick with this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some of these here. I have nails on. This is like impossible. Alright, so they are kind of drawing my attention to the Hermit. I tell you, like, finding time where I'm not interrupted by like 24 people is really, it's hard right now. Okay, so for you, we have 6/6 integration, multi-dimensional healing. What a beautiful card with that Honor Spirit. So we have 666, and then he has King, Divine Masculine, 7. That's beautiful. And then, oh my God, wow. 1111, Twin Flame. Everything is possible. Wow, Master Alchemist, Violet Flame activation on the bottom. These cards are very cool cards. Okay, so they do have different levels. I will say it looks like you and him are on a different level, but he is alchemizing. He's ascending here into this beautiful king energy. And I haven't, so we have Knight of Pentacles and 7 of Wands in reverse, 10 of Wands, Two of Wands, 10 of Swords. I love this swan card right here. I've been like so into swans. This is what that electric energy feels like, the eel. It always feels like tower energy to me, like in a really good way. It feels like a mental energy, even though it is emotional. 4 of Pentacles fell out. Okay, I'll do that. They're wanting me to do like side-by-side spread today. I don't know that I have enough room to do the whole thing. This is what I do in the Etsy readings. Somebody's upset. There's a lot of emotion going on with this lunar eclipse. Look at what's on the bottom. The letters. Okay, so for you, Knight of Swords, the World, and Queen of Cups with 9 of Swords. Oh wow. Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups. You know, Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Huh, interesting reading. The Lovers, 2 of Wands, the Moon, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I've seen the Tower and the Two of Cups on his ones. So you have 2 aces and the World being very prominent here. I feel like you're wanting to end, this is for the feminine, you're wanting to end a cycle, or you have ended, you've decided to end this cycle of thoughts where, first of all, I think you have learned humility and humbleness in like a really profound way. Like acceptance and surrender is coming through. Oh, look what just fell out. Ace of Swords and the Moon, 7 of Swords and 3 of Cups. We have all of those except the 7 of Swords, which is sort of crazy. So he's mirroring you, and then the Queen of Cups was on the bottom here. That was crazy. Okay. It's like I'm never gonna say you thought you were some, like this integration card it's very profound along with that Otter card, and it's this feeling of like, I'm not gonna say you thought you were better than him somehow at all, but what's coming through, it's like there may have been some thoughts in your head that were reflecting that you somehow felt superior in a, like, I'm not sure exactly how that might come out here, but I get the feeling that you're just understanding that it's kind of a profound feeling, I'm not gonna lie, like it's hard to get into words. Oh wow, it's reflected on his side too, that in your thoughts, there's like a beautiful equality that you two are seeing in each other. And that's really profound for the level of healing that you guys needed to do, right? Like, you're not putting yourself above him, like, mentally, and he's taking you off of the pedestal that he had you on, which is great. This is a really, really good sign. I will say, like, he's still showing up here. He's still kind of showing up here as in this page energy. I'm really curious now. Look, you both got 10 of Swords. Didn't you get it? Oh, it came up in the shuffle. Queen of Pentacles. Can you see all of them? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Star. Queen of Wands. Hanged Man. Justice. There's still this energy of like not knowing how to make things right exactly. I think it's both of you, like, I just get this feeling of like, I don't know how this is going to work in outside of my imagination, or I'm gonna get connecting energy. I never do this kind of reading like this, but we're gonna do it today. You know, you really have a new beginning open to you right now, where you can overcome a lot of things just by being really honest and forthright. They're telling me I didn't take the near future cards, and I didn't. Look at that. 3, 3, 3. King of Cups. 8 of Wands. The Star. High Priestess. That's beautiful energy. Knight of Cups on the bottom. So there will be some movement here. And I feel like you're already sensing it with this High Priestess in reverse. Like, I feel like you've known that something's going to... You have divine order, increase your frequency, and unification. Something's unifying. Like, there's this feeling of the two of you being really in sync in the middle. Why am I getting that? I don't know exactly, but I see both of you feeling it emotionally. You know, he has the Three of Swords upright in his emotions. And he feels like there's nothing he can do that you're not going to judge harshly, is really what I want to say. Or he also knows that he's been able to see the pain that he caused and why it happened. I mean, this set of cards right here, it's pretty profound. You know, whenever I get like two kind of competing energies, like Page of Wands, Page of Swords. I'm sorry, Page of Pentacles. I feel like there's a question about how to deliver this message. It's an emotional message, right? But there's been so much thinking about what happened and why it happened. It's kind of created this, sometimes in cartoons when they show what they're thinking and it looks like a big, like almost like an atom or a big bunch of scribbles up in their thought space. It's kind of like this, what was created here couldn't get unraveled. And so it kind of created almost a life of its own. And that's kind of this next frontier. You're going to have to confront some, if there was a third party, it's the sadness and alienation, and there's like, it's like a ribbon of sadness going through the heart space that needs to finally be like, they're really showing me untied, and they're showing me all these strings here. There's a lot of strings all holding this one feeling together. And this feeling is like, I don't belong. And now I'm getting like a lot of tingling in my solar plexus again. I'm going to take actually the near future for you. I'm not going to turn it over yet. I think I looked at it, but I don't remember what it is. We'll do 3. It's like, so when I say these things, and if you have like an immediate pushback, like that's not accurate, that's probably the biggest indicator that there is something there that's a little bit triggering. Because I know I've been like seriously triggered over this lunar eclipse, but I have my moon in Pisces, so probably there's something that needs to be looked at here that isn't on the surface, because I see it deep in the heart underneath. Like it's in the lower part of the heart, tying things down. It's like tying things down to the bottom of the heart. That's how I can explain it, I know. So things that, like, imagine the heart is like an ocean of feelings, and you've got things tethered to the bottom. So, and the top is like what you're actually feeling and experiencing. There's something here, and if I had to guess, it would probably be from your mother, just from these cards. That the way that you were taught relationships were formed, it still needs to be dealt with. So let's see if we can get more information. High Priestess again in reverse. Two of Justice upright. Love to see that come out upright. And then Page of Swords. So now we have the Page and the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Swords. Whew, okay. The Nine of Swords. 2. There's a lot of emotional pain that's going to be coming up for purging for you. Your masculine may be the one to help you do this. I'm gonna look at his. Look. I don't like this. Sorry. It's a difficult reading. So this is for you if you really, you know that you've kind of been at the same level for a minute and that it's going to be triggered, because what I see is him coming in and kind of repeating the same. If he's treated you like an option and then ghosted, that's exactly what these cards are right here. And look, I think there's only one card in the Rider-Waite that has an eclipse on it, and it's that one right there. And if this is for you, I think you felt it, and you've also probably seen a little bit of movement or something. But what I feel like he's going to do is come in and be very there is no, he's trying to get into king energy, right? Is what I see happening here. But he needs something from you to do that. Why do I say that? Because what's been keeping this all stuck is that he's had you on this massive pedestal. And he's been kind of being like, I'm the victim, woe is me. I'm the victim, like, she doesn't care. I don't know why that's coming through exactly. This is new energy, so it's taking me a minute. Because, we'll have the same energy for a while, and then it will, progress slowly as the collective does the work. But this is new energy. Because you have healed, you're healing, or you have healed a really interesting, look at this card. And it has, the very center, to me, it looks like a keyhole, way in the back there. But look at all of the layers. There's tricky energy here, and you're going to need to don't be defensive, but be aware. You're going to have to be extremely aware and very in charge of your feelings. This card is showing, it's kind of the main card, these two cards for me here, and then these two cards. You can see 3 of Pentacles right next to each other. The connecting energy in the thoughts is we're twin flames. We should be in union. We should unify, right? But in his thoughts, that's not reflected right now. So he may come to you and speak about this. If you guys haven't ever talked about being twins. It may be something that, and I find it really interesting on this card that Divine Feminine is showing up as the black swan and he's showing up as the white swan. And that even the hearts are different flames, blue flame and like an orange flame. I don't think his intention is to have like a permanent relationship with you right now, even if that's what he says. These cards don't show that. These cards do show that he's trying to end a cycle that I think you've already ended, or you're coming like to the crux of it right now. That word keeps coming up for me, crux, for some reason. In French it means, no, it means cross. Not in French though, I don't think. Anyway. So, he seems to have a bit of an agenda here. And I think it's more like subconscious. You know, in his feelings, he has Magician reversed, Three of Swords, and Judgment. So this is to me almost like vigilante energy, like something needs to be confronted in a way. And he seems to be being pushed by like angels, or you know, when you get that, it hasn't happened to me in a long time, but like I remember in the beginning, it's like I would be compelled to take action in a way that it was like, I can't not do this. It wouldn't let me rest until I did it. You know, if you're in that kind of cycle, that's a really challenging cycle. For me, that ended, you know, by partially surrendering. I don't think I'm fully surrendered, but I did accept a lot of it as just being what it is and not like having to force movement or force action ever, except for myself. And I see here like you are fairly content and hopeful, and I don't know that you even really have anything you want to say so much. So loud. I'm just trying to get this message because it's quite full. And like I feel like it's imminent. Like it feels very strong. I see, you know, you can't have the Nine of Swords and then the Ten of Swords without there being, and the Three of Swords. I mean, those are the most painful, difficult cards in the deck for me. Look at that. Just fell out. Midnight, full moon. Female ancestors, illumination, expansion, and emotion. Oh, another one wanted to fall out, but I'll keep it in. So let's see what we're working with here. Orange. Blue. That's so interesting. Justice. Lemon yellow. Periwinkle. Sunflower yellow. Pink. I don't know how to interpret. Oh, we have these three. That's the one that wanted to fall out. So telepathy, speaking, and then beyond the veil. Very interesting cards. You know, this also says seeing beyond the veil on it. I mean, the way that I interpret these, this one says justice on it, and that seems to be a theme in these cards. Truth, justice, integrity, right action, and protection. He may have something, so this card always is throat chakra for me. And this is the sacral, right? Harmony, interaction, relationship, energy exchange, creativity. You may be having this thought, this kind of imagination that you two will come back together and like harmonize physically. And he is thinking about harmonizing like in thoughts and in words and getting things kind of set straight. Now that could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people, right? It could mean really like good things, and it can mean some things that are really kind of very interesting. Like I'm getting this spectrum. And then in your emotions, I see you both being pretty, although we had Moonlight and it fell out there, and we have this Strength card, Steel, which I will say it's one of my least favorite cards in this deck. Fortitude, Perseverance, Structure, Permanence, Reinforcement. I think the feelings about it are that, you know, this isn't going away. This is here every day, all day. And, you know, in your emotions, I see that there's some very sweet feelings. Now, he may bring you, with this card, he may bring you a little present or a treasure. But I could also see this card being interpreted as like, I want to have a friendship with you, or I'm thinking of you as like my family, and you're feeling like this card is beautiful. It's like now it comes on top of the Nine of Swords, right? I feel like you're trying very hard to look at the best possible situation. Now, Nine of Swords, this is Page of Wands and Ace of Cups, right? It's almost this feeling of like, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, or so they're playing that song, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. It's like, I get the sense from you that you're like, you've been through so much. Anything has to be better than what you've been through. You've been through so much that you've become sort of a light for people, a teacher, a mentor. You've become the truth. And we can only become our truth, right? Like, and there is something coming here. I didn't actually get the next 3 cards either, but I really did not plan to do like a full twin flame reading here. But like, you're coming together. Though there may be quite painful things to face emotionally, and there may be some more triggering, because I do see that. There may be some, what I feel is that you're going to be very more developed through, psychically, through this next phase. Your spiritual side is going to be quite expanded. And there's a lot of value that comes. Now, he is coming at this with a more from his inner child. I mean, I like seeing this pink card here. I can't totally take away from the fact that I do see some difficulty in his energy field. I can't quite tell exactly what it is. Like, emotionally, I don't feel like he's being 100% truthful, though he wants you to think he is. I think, you know, the cards I see, and I'm just going to be 100% honest with you, is that he'll come to you, but in his mind, you're still an option, and he still is going to go away again. Is that 100% for everyone? I doubt it. Interesting. Never used these quite like this. That's so interesting because it's kind of the opposite of what I said, but I do think he's going to tell you that. So we'll look at these now together, the near future. You're so different from what I'm used to, but I like it. That is the case here. So it does seem, oh wow. Oh, that's not right. That's not the card that belongs there. That's just the insert card. We need one more from this deck. Oh, it's the rainbow card. How beautiful. So it's the death card in this deck. So yeah, the transformation of the heart space will be coming. Very profound cards. I don't think I've ever had this combination, like, because I can feel how strong it is in the heart. I miss kissing you. I fear that if you get too close, you will hurt me. So again, crux energy here. All I want to do is talk to you. He is being really strongly led, like I can feel it in my heart space when I say it, to talk to you. And if you do talk already, it's like a different level of talking. Like it's talking about real things. But I fear that if you get too close, you will hurt me. This is what is still tethered to the bottom of the heart. This is a really profound reading, honestly. It doesn't, I don't know. I don't think I'm giving it its full. But I think whoever needs to hear it's going to feel it. So in the emotion, in the thought space, I've cried over you, for you. And that's a feeling of like acceptance, of like, this is profound for me. I have these really, I'm recognizing mentally that I have these really strong emotions and they mean something to me. And that's okay. Like I get this feeling of surrender and acceptance of like, almost to the point, like this is kind of like the conversation to me of what's going on telepathically and what may come. Like he's saying, I'm overcoming my childhood trauma, and I feel like it is you that has prompted this. And I think I said this in the last reading that I did, that you have really opened up a new view of life for him, a new understanding of who he is and how he feels. And I just feel like your vision of him was seen by him and he understood himself on a new level. And that's, I think, this king energy. And then I feel so much regret for everything I've said and done, right? It's like when you realize, when you have a spiritual awakening and you realize like everyone is one energy, and that the way that you hurt other people is the way you're really hurting yourself. You never get away with anything, right? Like you can't. It's not humanly possible spiritually. But anyway, so then emotionally it says, so many songs remind me of you. I feel like you're just really, that's like, songs for me are always this energetic frequency where we see a lot of synchronicities and we hear a lot of, you know, music's really profound in my experience. So that's kind of what that's telling me, is that there's a lot of reminders and you're kind of just living with it on a daily basis. And he says, I need you back in my life. And then it says, I'm getting a lot of burping, because there's a lot of energy right here in this emotional space. I yawn and I burp and there's all this stuff that happens. I have a plan, but you have to trust me. So trust seems to be a crux energy here. Are you going to trust him? Is he going to trust you emotionally? Can we trust each other with this vulnerability? Are you ready to be able to express yourself and be rejected? Because that is at the heart of overcoming the rejection wound, the abandonment wound, okay? And you say, I'm not ready for commitment, and he says, you're very intimidating. And I think that is what he's going to tell you is like one of the reasons that he couldn't talk to you about this, or he couldn't, or he ghosted you, or he, whatever it has been, broke things off, is that you were very intimidating. And he didn't understand the vision you had of him, and he didn't understand why this was an intensity in this and what it meant. And then it says, will you ever forgive me? Right? And I think this is the value that you get out of this conversation. Is that you may really have believed that he didn't care. But I think you're going to see that he never let it go. Okay, so they want Moonology cards. And we'll do a little advice and we'll be done. I'm trying not to be so long. I hope that has helped you. I do feel like you have taken a really big step forward. And it kind of happened in layers. And it may have been like several big steps, you know, several big layers. What do you need to release? They're asking. A personal issue reaches resolution. This is a fantastic card. And actually, that's not the way that I have been dealing them, but we're going to deal them this way because I feel like it. Surrender to the divine. Yep, talked a lot about surrender. New start is coming. Work through your fears. Take time to breathe out. Be bold and make the first move. Look at the bigger picture. Your hard work is paying off. A new romantic cycle begins. Show the world the real you. You're very close to achieving your goal. That's what they always say. A fiery climax approaches. So ending and beginning, you are good enough, and it's time to take action. I do feel like, I feel strongly, although, you know, the Knights are in reverse. The Fool is upright, and there is the 8 of Wands here somewhere, I believe. And I do feel strong desire for movement, or at least speaking, more than I have in a little while. Like, I remember a cycle where there was a lot of like, I want to talk to you energy, and then that kind of went away. And now I feel like that cycle we began, I kind of get tired of the cycles, but the cycle we began where we chose the lower or the higher road, it kind of coincided with a really interesting decision in my life, you know, to move. And it definitely was the harder road I chose, and the road less traveled for sure, in a surprising way. It's taught me so much about overcoming my like circumstances and physical environment, and it's taught me a lot. It also really taught me, like, through hard work and sacrifice, you can create, you know, a lot. That was for the card that was on the bottom of the deck. Leadership is adventure. And you two are heading right towards each other with polarity in the middle and miracles. So that's beautiful. It's strength on the bottom with delight. I don't think I've ever, I haven't pulled that card much of it at all. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. I swear I said that. Always expect the best. I honestly feel like that's what this reading is about in a lot of ways. Dance. I feel like you're learning so much about just that optimism card over the Nine of Swords, and that whole row right there is just learning so much about taking challenges and like up leveling and meeting them like in this really kind of profound way. That you almost like this is a lot to say, but this is what's coming through. It's that by integrating the shadow and the challenge and the pain, one fell on the, that's crazy, one fell on the floor, and it's this one. You know, it says he brings wisdom through spiritual discipline, but it's almost like you can create miracles through just not avoiding your shadow. It says, have faith that your miracle is on the way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. It's funny, in this manifestation affirmation that I'm doing, it's all about the miraculous. This has been a lot of saying that word over and over again. Okay, so these are kind of 2 pages also. I mean, 2 nights. It's kind of that energy. We have those again. Okay, beautiful. So you have the rainbow dragon, brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. And I feel like when this comes, whatever, this new cycle, this new beginning, the 0 point, right? It says, have trust. I think it's about cultivating trust with your relationship with the universe. This is more about you than about trusting him. And like, can you really trust that everything is working out in your favor? It is going to be okay. Can you take that really big leap? You know, for me, it's like I want to build this certain empire. And that's not an easy thing to do, right? And it requires big leaps. And it's hard, you know? That's kind of stuff isn't just given out for no sacrifice and no work and no nothing. Yes, I totally 100% believe in the power of manifestation. I also believe like in alignment across the mental, emotional, and the physical. I think they're all equally important. Rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. And then he has, clears your path in the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing, and you may move forward in life. Beautiful. That's beautiful. This represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth, and then opens you to higher learning and wisdom. And I do think you're going to get the opportunity as you integrate these layers, right, in the lotus flower here, that expand your crown chakra for illumination, walk the higher spiritual path. So if you identify with these dragons, if you want more discipline, more wisdom, more courage or trust, or, you know, whatever it is, more balance, then ask these dragons to work in your energy field, call them in, meditate with them. Let's see what goddesses are here for you. Bridget, don't back down. So that's the divine feminine. Stand up for what you believe is right. Solace, bodies of water. And that's so weird because look at how similar these cards are. I was gonna like say this is it's an earth dragon, but I see the water kind of connecting here, and look at how similar. It's like the grounding of the emotions. Spend time near water such as a lake, river, or ocean, and recharge your batteries. And then Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions, which I just said, Focus on your target and you will make your mark. Bottom of the deck is Green Tara. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. So, unlearning that you have to be like an army of one is, which is a trauma response. And that you can't trust people and that you can't give some of your stuff, look at that, forgiveness and self-love. How beautiful is that? It's like, forgive yourself for not loving yourself enough to get help when you need it, on all levels, on all forms. And yeah. So we have Aquamarine, Communications, Boji Stones, Balance, again, and Coaxonite, New Beginnings, and Awakening Crystal, Master Teacher, Emotional Healing with Brazilianite, and another Master Teacher card, Source. So this is being, and look at music, this is being very drawn together from Source. Like, it's a very, very divine meeting when you two come back together or have this conversation. However it happens, be flexible with it. It may not happen the way that you think it should or will want it to. That was the card on top last week, yesterday. Holy moly, the last reading. Okay. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Power and freedom. Friendship. And you just have to know what these two are. And then I knew this one was going to be sexual union. Yeah. I feel, and then trust is on the bottom of the deck. I feel you're strongly drawn to like the unification of the bodies. And he's more drawn to the unification of the minds right now. Meaning agreement, right? Experiencing unification. And by unification, I mean like we are on the same frequency. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you. And okay, they're saying more. I'll get to it in a second. You have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. I think maybe in the beginning it was opposite. He was more focused on physical stuff or thinking this was just a physical attraction, and now it's like way more profound than that and way more it's like dominating his thoughts a lot more than it used to, or he's come to more clarity around that, around the thoughts, and so it's kind of has switched. Like you two are kind of seeing it from opposite roles, which is interesting. Although I don't, it's like, I feel like the feminines just, I don't know if this is true for everyone. It's just what I feel in the collective, is that the feminines, like, desire is not as strong as it used to be, and his is way more strong. So I don't know if that helps or not, or if that's true for everyone. It's just in the collective, I feel like the feminine's kind of got a lot going on for herself and is doing a lot for herself, and that will be part of why this kind of comes in. Alright, I hope that helped you. Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate any support you give. Yeah, talk to you later. Bye.